But we have the independent contractor or the employee. You know, it's really a question. So really, the starting point is who's on your property? Who comes onto your property and actually works on your property? Who do you 1099? Are you familiar with that term, 1099? If you pay someone $600 or more, you actually have to submit that to the IRS. So really, that's the starting point. When we start talking about 1099s, the first thing that I would do in an audit is I would go, well, just show me your 1099 list, and let's take a look at your 1099s. And then let's start going through each person on your 1099 list, and let's talk about it. Are they here, you know, doing work? Really, it gets down to who has the right of control. So you come, a person comes onto the property and you know, and is doing work for you. Is that person being supervised? Is there disciplinary actions that, you know, that can take place? There's really two. When we talk about independent contractors, we're looking at this falling under two different violations, potential violations. One is with the DLSE. So I mean, we have the Labor Standards Enforcement of California. They make sure that labor standards are enforced. And then we have another with the EDD, which is the Employment Development Department, which essentially is concerned with employee-related taxes, payroll taxes. So the DLSE, the labor standards, they care about wage and hour issues. How are you treating this person in terms of wage and hour? And then the EDD, which is concerned with, well, we just care about the money we get based on payroll taxes. So I don't care if you're violating wage and hour. I want to know if you're paying your fair share of payroll taxes. So both will ding it. I mean, both, and this is a very common area that I see. I worked with an organization. They paid a cleaning service to come in and to clean the property. It was one individual. They had a big building, and they just needed it cleaned. And so they worked out a schedule with the person. The person came on the property, cleaned the facility, per the instruction of a supervisor that was there, created a schedule for them on how to do it, and provided all of the tools, all of the equipment for the person. So really, if I am this person, I'm driving up, I park the car, I get out, and I'm going to work. There's no contract here. There's nothing that says what I'm doing, you know. And so I come in, and this person was on their 1099 list. I go, well, tell me about this person. What? I don't see like a business name. That's usually one key thing. Or do they have a business name? If they don't, and you're just paying a single person, that's one flag that you would look for. Doesn't mean that just because you're cutting a check to one person, they could still be an independent contractor. But that's one area that you look at. So this person's on the 1099 list, and we start having a conversation about who this individual is and what they actually do. So it came out that, well, yeah, as soon as they come in, they check in with our person here. Oh, okay. So they're technically being supervised. You have a check-in process. Do they provide their own equipment? Well, no. We buy all the stuff. We have all the rags. We have the cleaning product. We have everything. They just come in and they go to work. Okay, well, it sounds like you have an employee here. You know, you don't really have an independent contractor who has a business set up, who pays their own, maybe their own insurance, and who provides their own equipment, and who is not supervised. You don't really have an agreement here that would indicate that they're an independent contractor. So there's two violations that exist there. One under the wage and hour, because this person has basically been denied breaks. Their 10-minute breaks, and we'll talk about that later, and their meal breaks. They've been denied those, and they have been denied the value of unemployment or other payroll-related things. So if all of a sudden it came time to end the relationship with this independent contractor, this person would then go maybe to file an unemployment claim with the EDD, and they're going to go, we don't have an account for you. I'm sorry. Well, wait a second. I just worked for the past 7 years with this organization. They said that they no longer needed my service. Okay, well, let's investigate this a little further. And then the EDD is going to, if they want their taxes, they're going to take the tax, they're going to take that all. And so we can kind of see right here that we have these different violations. You know, if you violate under the the Division of Labor Standards Enforcement, you know, you're looking at anywhere from $5,000 to $25,000, you know, as a hit. You know, I mean, because they will come out, and that's new. They recently came out with, you know, the breadth of how liable you can be. You know, and we've already kind of mentioned some of these different fines, and we want to look at the EDD side, which I mentioned. So when we start talking about the payroll taxes, you know, we're not going to talk about this in length, but you can kind of see that, oh, wait a second, hold on, you know, this starts adding up. This starts calculating and multiplying based on the amount of years that you have this independent contractor that you've been paying them, and when they should have been an employee.